You are welcome to yet another episode of LFN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name Robert Sylvester Kelly. Also known as the R&B King. A while ago we witnessed a botched Chicago appeal verdict that saw the appeal judges adamantly choose to uphold the trial court decisions. Trial Judge Harry Leinenweber, who chose to ignore the expired statutes of limitations that barred any litigation of crimes R. Kelly is alleged to have committed decades ago, did not stop at that, but also proceeded to issue an above guidelines 20-year sentence R. Kelly is now required to serve, even if the recommended sentence by law was supposed to be a lot shorter than that. For a while, the haters together with R. Kelly accusers and government may think that they managed to get away with a stolen victory, but they better think again considering the matter is now pending a check by the Supreme Court. Remember, the primary role of the Supreme Court is to ensure that the law is followed at all times, and to protect the image of the U.S. justice system, which is currently in a state of quagmire, leaving the department at risk of getting embarrassed. There is therefore a high chance that the current appeal ruling together with the trial court's decisions will sooner than later be overturned to free the R&B King. Chicago aside, we also did witness a rather heated appeal process in New York, where R. Kelly's legal team led by a one attorney Jennifer Bonjean expressed disagreement with the ruling of the trial court challenging the RICO and Mann Act charges, together with the rather vague forced labor charges, all of which lacked sufficient evidence. While the Brooklyn trial court Judge Ann Donnelly backed the RICO charges with a guilty verdict, the whole world, which is now properly sensitized about this rather controversial part of the statute, is in disagreement. Everyone seems to know that in fact to prove a RICO enterprise, there must be proof of a common illegal purpose, which was never the case with R. Kelly and his group. It's written all over the case that R. Kelly in fact did all in his capacity to keep his personal relationship life as private as possible, and did not even allow these women to interact freely with his staff. It is on record with many confessing that they each would meet with R. Kelly privately and away from everyone else, and none of them accused any of his co-workers for their alleged involvement except perpetual liar Lisa Van Allen, who was eventually busted. Lisa, who was eventually disqualified from the team of said survivors after embarrassing the government when she was caught up in a lie, had given false witness about the R&B King, and also faked that she was below 18 when she first met him. Later on, when her lies got busted, she attempted to abscond from court but was dragged there to deliver even more false witness about R. Kelly. With a delayed ruling by the New York Appeal Court, the federal judge of Brooklyn Ann Donnelly is the most affected, considering she knows all the mistakes that were made at trial. She definitely knows about the leaking of R. Kelly's prison communications to tamper with a defense witness, and how the Mann Act, which has been used to target black celebrities since its enactment, was smuggled into R. Kelly's case. Starting with first black heavyweight boxing champion Jack Johnson, the Mann Act began serving its rather sinister job as early as 1912, when he was charged for simply being in a relationship with a white woman. While this is from way back, it became the first perfect example of the misuse of this law, whose purpose was never to target a particular race. Judge Ann Donnelly's decision to return with the very same Mann Act again and use it to condemn R. Kelly this time is a shameless move that must be haunting her as she awaits the delayed appeal court's decision. Misled by the malicious government, Judge Ann Donnelly fell for their argument that because R. Kelly allegedly had an STD and potentially indulged with Azriel and Faith Rogers away from their home states, he violated the Mann Act. But then she forgot that for the Mann Act to apply, the motive of transportation across state lines has to be to commit crime at the destination. If the crime is the exposure to an STD, which couldn't have been the purpose of travel, then the Mann Act does not apply. The Mann Act was not enacted to target people committing crimes away from home within the United States, but those who take advantage of weak laws in other states to travel there on purpose to commit such offenses with no consequence. Considering the destination states had equally restrictive laws penalizing the alleged crime, there is no motivation to show that R. Kelly could have strategically preferred to travel to another state to conveniently commit crimes over there. All these mistakes combined with the vague forced labor charges have placed Judge Donnelly's reputation on the weighing scale, with the masses now doubting her ability to separate her personal sentiments about a defendant from the facts of the evidence provided. The Brooklyn judge got carried away when she decided to believe the government's false definition of RICO and ignored what the law says, and she made matters even worse when she wrote in reply to Bonjean's filing, suggesting that the government needed not prove an illegal enterprise. While the Chicago legal mistakes of ignoring the statutes of limitations, admitting inadmissible video evidence and an excessive 20-year sentence do stand out, the level to which Judge Donnelly messed up the New York case is the winner. She did everything wrong from the time of jury selection when she allowed highly prejudicial jurors on the panel. But the nature of charges that were leveled onto the defendant is probably the worst mistake in legal history as it applies to all three major charges of RICO, Mann Act violation and the alleged forced labor. These will continue to give the judge sleepless nights as she awaits to hear what the appeal court has to say about her wrongful conviction. According to Joyce Sanders, the true God has done a good job exposing just how corrupt the American justice system is. They are using R. Kelly as a scapegoat to distract the media from real pedophiles out there, such as the list of high-profile people that were on Jeffrey Epstein's island having sex with real underage kids. Then the freaky parties that featured the likes of Jay-Z, Clive Davis, Prince Harry and many more. My prayer is that they don't kill R. Kelly, for that's what they are trying to do. This is exactly what they did to Michael Jackson, taking his life in the process when they failed at taking him down in a lawsuit. With a government known for corruption, it's no wonder that the prisons are full of black people, most of them innocent. These corrupt judges know well R. Kelly is innocent. R. Kelly ought to be acquitted as soon as possible. If you wish to take part in a live interview on this channel discussing any of these topics, let us know by emailing us on sashahnnewsroom@gmail.com for scheduling. That is all we had for you today on HN What's Your Say. To keep updated whenever we post a new video, subscribe to this channel now. Also remember to hit the bell icon and enable notifications. And feel free to share your opinions with us in the comment section below, and let us know if you would like us to publish your views in our next release. We value all our subscribers' opinions.